Creative is probably right up there with hard worker on overused words on resumes. Because the thing is, creative can mean so many different things. Do you solve problems creatively, or are you a photographer or an oil painter? The word really seems so expansive that it's hard to tell what you may actually do. In Michael Ellsberg and Bryan Franklin's book, The Last Safe Investment, they lump 7 creative skills together as super skills, in that the benefits of these skills surpass any specific job title and make all your other skills grow as well. First are some important pitfalls of creativity that the authors point out. You can play piano and do it creatively, or you can play piano and not do it creatively. A former teacher of mine spent some time teaching in China and remarked that all of his students played the same pieces with the same errors at the exact same places in the music. The act of playing piano by itself does not make the act creative. Another mistake is mistaking ignorance for creativity. Picasso once remarked that it took him 4 years to learn to paint like Raphael, but it took him a lifetime to paint like a child. This does not mean that your kid's painting is good. It's extremely important in creativity to understand the technique of a discipline before you try breaking the rules of that discipline. It's important to understand the box before you try thinking outside it. The book also provides a few ways to foster your creativity. We've all heard the saying that the best ideas come in the shower, and there's definitely some merit to that. Spaciousness is giving yourself a time, a place, and an activity that is all yours just to be creative. Constraints will also drive your creativity. Nothing will drive you like the necessity to work around an issue. Another suggestion is to look for models of inspiration. When musicians emulate other musicians, they're basically regurgitating the same inspiration. If you look at some of the fine art pieces and classical compositions of the early 1900s, artists were consumed by the idea of creating numerically. And it wasn't an accident that at this time we were experiencing urbanization and really machines began to rise to prominence. The artists took what they were experiencing externally, independent of art, and conveyed it visually and sonically. Pull inspiration from anything. Learn to love your ideas and become comfortable with not knowing exactly what the finished product may look like. Now on to the creative super skills. Improvisation is the art of staying calm under pressure and learning to think on your feet. This can benefit you if you want to be a stand-up comedian, or more practically if you're working in any form of customer service. I found it extremely helpful in keeping the discussion moving in those tense situations. The next creative super skill is writing. I was once told by a mentor that he was more likely to hire someone with great writing skills for his business than to hire someone with a business degree. From his experience, he would rather have to teach someone customer service and would rather not have to have every memo rewritten or email sent with grammatical errors and typos. A step further is the next super skill of copywriting. Copywriting is writing intended for marketing purposes that is intended to drive a customer's action. Investing in this super skill will have you writing authentically and with personality in a world full of really bad copywriting. After writing, the next super skill seems logical: reading. Every great output needs great input. In the words of Charlie Munger, I've known no wise people who didn't read all the time. If you find yourself unable to find the time to read regularly, try audiobooks. Listen in the car, during breakfast, at the gym. Finding those times is an easy way to fill your head with great ideas from great thinkers. The next creative super skill is storytelling. Storytelling makes any piece of communication more compelling. After watching The Fast and the Furious, you want to drive fast. Plots drive action. Imagine telling an incredible story of successful investment to a group of venture capitalists. They would be excited to invest. Design is storytelling without words. Let me know what you are doing to foster your creativity in the comments below. Thanks.